Working in the creative field, I've always been passionate about being surrounded by well-designed products. I love combining things together, drawing inspiration from more skilled individuals, or simply starting from any idea and building my search from there. Since I set up my studio in April, I've been trying to apply the same concept here as well. Over time, I've accumulated various products and created many setups, so it's time to break down everything I learned. The question I receive most often on my Instagram is about this bar I've mounted on the wall above my main workstation. It's from IKEA's WALLPAPERS series. What I love about many IKEA products is that they are like completing a Lego puzzle. The structure consists of individual bars that you can practically assemble as you like and adapt to almost any space. There are plenty of compatible accessories available, which you can also find on craft marketplace like Etsy, making the whole series even more customizable. I've never been a fan of bookshelves filled with unimportant books, but lately I've become quite obsessed with what I call shelf books. There are actually a series of rather large books that I enjoy combining with other accessories. They are quite thick and have a hard or cloth cover, but if positioned correctly, I believe they add a lot of value to the space. Just to mention, I recently bought 3 IKEA pieces of furniture for my upcoming living room. I love the clean, light grey color and the industrial feeling they provide. Additionally, they are incredibly easy to assemble because apart from the legs, everything is designed to simply fit together, a great example of well-made design. I've realized that organizing is like a mental therapy for me. I've made some videos where I explain why I believe it's important to maintain a certain order without being extreme or obsessive. Simply put, I've noticed that working in a well-organized environment helps me being more productive. And the IKEA pegboards are ideal for this. I love products that provide practical solutions to common problems, like organizing various accessories that we usually keep in a drawer full of useless things and can never find when we need them. Recently, thanks to Mattia and Sina, I've also adopted a more minimalist approach and I'm placing a lot of importance on space. It might seem strange, but sometimes it's all about leaving space between things. For this reason, for example, I decided to get a desk that's unnecessarily large, meaning the sides are simply empty. I particularly like using cutting mats since they are typically used to create handmade physical products or assist with measurements. They give me that crafting feeling. Also, being designed to cut materials that are usually quite thick and sturdy. An obsession that I can truly call such is with stands. I use practically one stand for every tech accessory I own. I find them incredibly useful for assigning a place to things. It's like always having a personal parking spot for your car. I believe they help a lot in defining where things should be. I like having spaces that serve a specific purpose. For example, I work daily with a 16-inch MacBook, which I now use almost like a desktop computer. When I use it in the studio, I place it on this wooden stand from Wood Accessories, which becomes a charging station of sorts. Besides their practical function, stands also serve an aesthetic purpose. They hide the necessary cables or dongles that wouldn't look great hanging around otherwise. Similarly, I've elevated the main speakers on my desk. These kind of stands not only raise the speakers for better sound at ear level, but also conceal all the cables inside, making the speakers appear almost wireless. Talking about stands, I would like to mention the sponsor of this video, the Cooks UX43 iPad charging stand. I placed it in my living room because I use the iPad as a sort of control center for my studio. As I mentioned, I think stands can really improve everyday life because you always know where to go when you need something. But the cool thing about this product is the ability to charge the iPad directly from the magnetic stand. This means that with something like this, you will simply forget about charging your iPad again. You can take it with you for your day, and then when you come back home, just place the iPad here without any accessories, and you will transform your iPad into a hub for your space, always charged and ready to be used. When I'm working on multiple tasks and need my smartphone nearby, I always use a proper tripod for it. I'm currently using one from Moft, which is a foldable and compact solution, allowing you to take it with your smartphone wherever you need. By the way, if you're asking what's the screensaver I'm using, it's the famous Padbury clock, available for both Mac and Windows. so link in description if you're interested. I'm setting up a secondary desk to use as a workshop corner where I can be more creative with physical projects. I've installed this Balolo laptop holder, which I actually use as a note-taking system to store organized lists and ideas that I want to save for later. I enjoy creating distinct space for various purposes. It helps me stay focused on specific tasks since I can dedicate that space solely to one thing at a time. When it comes to building and crafting, I rely heavily on accessories that are not just aesthetically pleasing but also highly functional. Tools often appear overly complicated with unnecessary shapes and features that might be useful for professionals but are often unnecessary for everyday users. Otto has done an excellent job with their drill and screwdriver kit, which are incredibly user-friendly and have a sleek design. Instead of hiding these tools away, they have created products that you want to display proudly. I have extensively used them to build pretty much everything in this studio, so I can honestly say that they are great products overall, not simply good products from an aesthetic perspective. So these were my favorite items I've collected over the years. If you are curious about anything else regarding me, my studio, or my workflow, please let me know in the comments. And as always, wishing you the best. See you soon.